So we're in Microsoft Word. The very first thing you're going to want to do is change your paper to landscape. That is very important for this project. If you do not do it, your project will not turn out correctly. So change your paper, go to Layout, change your orientation to Landscape. Once you do that, we're going to go up to Smart Art, go to Relationship, scroll down, and today you are going to choose this diagram right here. Does anybody know the name of this diagram? This diagram is actually called, Ashley? Venn diagram, very good. Venn diagram. And for today, we are only going to use 2 circles. You can use 3, 4, 5 circles, but for this assignment, we only are going to use 2 circles. So you can click over here and hit this minus sign. That will get rid of one of the circles. Put it back to 2. The next thing you want to do is make your diagram as large as possible with staying in the margins. So our margins are these blue areas on the side. We do not want to go outside those margins. But we'd like to make this a little bit bigger. We want to do this on the front end because when you do it on the front end, your circles will stay the same size, meaning this circle will be the same size as this circle. If you do it later on, your circles will not stay the same size, and that is important. You want them to stay the same size. Hold on just a minute, I'll take your question at the end. Okay? Next thing you're going to do, our circles, we have one area here, one area here, and we have one area in the center. We're going to need to be able to type in the center. Right now, this area is not very big, right? Kind of small. So I'm going to want to click on this and just drag it over just a bit, just so that they overlap. I still want my circles to be the same size. Notice I'm not changing the size of my circles. I'm just overlapping them just a bit. Then, I don't want to use this text box, but to get rid of it, you can't just highlight it. It won't let you do that until you type something. So I'm going to type a few letters. Click someplace else. Come back in here, highlight it, and hit delete. That gets rid of that text box. I do not want to use that text box because for this assignment, we're going to be using bullet points. And this does not have bullet points on it. If you were just typing text, and you were typing like a paragraph, this would be just fine. But because I'm using bullet points, I want to get rid of that. So I'm going to type a few letters. Highlight my text, hit delete, that'll get rid of it. What is the purpose of Venn diagrams? Why do we use a Venn diagram? What are you doing with them? Yeah.
Comparing differences and similarities of 2 things or 3 things.
Good. Comparing differences and similarities between 2 or more things. In this case, just 2 things. For this assignment, you get to choose. You may either choose to compare the Old Testament to the New Testament, or you may compare 2 books or 2 different Gospels. So you may either compare Old Testament versus New Testament or 2 Gospels. Now, you guys all know the 4 Gospels, right? But you might not have a lot of background knowledge about them. So I've bookmarked a couple of websites that will be very helpful for you. If you navigate yourself to online websites, go to 6th grade sites, and go to this top one under Gospels. This resource tends to be very helpful. It has all 4 Gospels, and it has comparison information on them. And you can see there's quite a bit there. Okay. So there's quite a bit there. Yep, I can't help you right now. I'm teaching right now. Oh, just tell her I cannot help you right now. All right, so I have my information. Okay. I'm going to minimize this, and the first thing I have to do is I have to tell which circle is going to represent what. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to click on Insert and go to Text Box. And I'm going to go ahead and put a text box in the front. Now when I do that, this is going to happen. You all have seen this before. We had this happen with our last projects. You should be accustomed to what to do for that. I'm going to right click on this box, go to Format Shape, and go to In Front of Text. That will align this in front of what I have going on there. Now I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and put a title in there. And so I might write Gospel according to Mark. Over on this side, Insert, Text Box, same process. Okay. Right click on the box, Format Shape, Gospel according to Matthew. Okay. And so I have both of those in. Insert a text box down here. Right click on it. Format it, change the alignment. This time I want to have bullet points. So I'm going to choose a bullet point. If I need to decrease the indent, that will move the bullet point back over for me if I don't have enough room within the text box. And now I might come in here and say, okay, Mark has 16 chapters. So I might write has 16 chapters. Is this a sentence? No, it's not a sentence. Has 16 chapters is not a sentence. So I need to make it lowercase so it's grammatically correct. You do not need sentences on this assignment. It is okay to just have phrases. If you want to have a sentence, that's fine. Make sure you have a period and a capital letter if you have one. Put your hand out, I'll do questions at the end. Okay. Next, I might say, okay, looking at the differences, I see that this one was made or written in the late 60s or early 70s, where this was the late 70s or 80s. Okay, so I might come in here and write written in late 60s or 70s. Is that a sentence? Nope. Doesn't have a noun. So I don't need a capital letter or a period. Over here, these are things that they have in common. Do I need a title for this section? No, I do not need a title because it's given that for a Venn diagram, the overlapping area or similarities between the two. So you do not need a title. You only need a title on this side and over on this side. If I have something written over here, can I have it in the middle? Nope. If I have something written on this side, can I have it in the middle? No. The only things that can be in the middle are things that they have in common. Now, you're going to need 3 facts over here, 3 facts over here, and 2 facts in the middle. These facts have to be specific, and they have to be relevant. Do not put in the middle Both Gospels had human beings. I know that. I know that the Gospels did not have unicorns in them, and we're not talking about things like that. Yes, I know that there were human beings in both Gospels. That's not a relevant fact. You need to have two facts that are relevant facts, not obvious facts. Okay? You need to have a title for your diagram. So I'm going to insert a text box at the top. Okay, again, you're going to have to customize this. So move it to the front. Title would be something like comparisons between Gospels. Because it's a title, you probably want to center it, make it bold. Probably make it bigger so it looks like a title. Then we also need to customize these circles. Now there's some different ways you can do it. First way is if you click on the circle and you go over to Format. Over here, there's a bunch of different things that you can choose from. Okay. And so maybe I choose this one and it customizes it for me. That's the easy way to customize it. Okay. I'm just going to do a quick save here to make sure that we don't lose our work. So that's an easy way to customize it. Another way you might customize it is by clicking on it, right-clicking and going to Format Shape. And you could go to a gradient. Choose some different colors. Okay, and put some colors in there. Another thing you could do, if you click here and you go up to Format Shape and you choose a solid color, actually let me go over here and do it on this side. Let's say I choose a solid color on this side. Notice what happened there. If you choose a solid color, like I did with the orange, it may be that it covers up the other circle. You need to see all three parts, where they intersect, and be able to see the outline of both circles. So if you do this, the way to fix it is when you come in here, there's a transparency button. You can click and drag and make it more transparent. Now, if you go all the way over here, it's going to be clear. We don't want that. But you can adjust this so that it fits, so that you can see the color on. Another thing you can do is change your line. Right now, it does not have a line around it. So you could put a colored line around it, say green, change the weight so that it's bigger. You could change what it looks like even if you want. And that also can help define, the different circles. So just in review, you need to choose to compare either the Old Testament and the New Testament, or two of the different Gospels found in the Bible. You will need to have a title at the top. Remember, you will want to change your layout to landscape and increase your diagram area right away. That will make sure that the circles stay the same size and that you don't have one circle bigger than the other. You'll want to get rid of the center text section by clicking on it, typing, and then once you type, you can erase the text part. You'll want to add text boxes in there, and you'll need a title on both sides. You do not need a title in the center. 3 facts on this side, 3 facts on this side, 2 facts in the middle, and you'll want to customize it in some way. You'll want to customize it in some way.